Hi, it's me again. Just a quick update to show you what I've been up to. I'm pretty sure I showed you the opening of the door when I cut the sill and the rear quarter bit of the rear quarter panel off. But if I haven't, I'll show you again when I take this panel off. But I don't want to take it off just to show you. So as you can see, this panel has been cut and fits nicely into the section there. It's quite a good fit, and with the bits of metal left of the inner sill, which there wasn't a great deal here, you can see it lines up there, and it lines up here nicely. It fits there around the top of the pillar, and it's pretty good. It's not under any tension, it's just sitting there quite happily. I mean, it's just the more grips that are holding it, otherwise it'd fall off, but it's not under any tension, so I'm assuming it's in the right place. On the old panel, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but on this panel here, this is the door panel, there's a gap between where my finger is here and this, which is the reinforcing panel for the hinge. Now on this side of the car, the door was actually set, the door gaps were too wide, they were set back a little bit, so I'm assuming that could be because of this gap here, because there's a good 3/16 of an inch from there to there. Now on the passenger side, this panel fits tight against this panel, fits tight against this line here, and the door fits, to all intents and purposes, it's only a rough fit, but it fits much better, and the gap around the doors is quite good. So this is, what's this hiding? This is the new reinforcing panel for the door hinges, and as you can see, it's got a lot of pre-formed cutouts which fit into the back of this door liner come doorstep pillar, which I'll take off now and I'll show you. I don't know how good this will show up, but if you can see these two panels, this is the reinforcing panel, this is the A-pillar panel. When this panel goes behind, it actually locks there. It can't rise up or rise down, and the gap here, which was a gap on the other one, is quite tight. Not perfect, but it's almost there. So as you can see, it's that's what I got, and I haven't got this gap on here now, so I'm assuming that will fetch this hinge panel forward, which would maybe help to close down the gap on the door. So what I intend to do is to drill this here now on the bench and plug weld it through here while I can get at it easily, rather than wait till it's on the car and try to struggle to get my head up under the wing and everything else. So when I get it set up, I'll come back and show you some more. Right, here we are again. I've drilled now this door pillar, A-frame, whatever you want to call it, whatever its name is, and the reinforcing pillar for the hinges. I've drilled it and it all fits nicely. I've just marked through the weld-proof primer a little bit just to give it a start, because I've never used this weld-through primer before, and I found it doesn't start very good, so I don't know whether it's the one I got or I didn't leave it long enough to go off. So I've just picked it up with a little edge of a grindstone, so it's got some nice bare metal to work on. We'll put this together and see how it looks. As you say, I put in these two panels together because when they go together, they actually fit, and they fit tightly together, and they can't really be in any other position than the one they go in. So I think it's easier to do it here on the bench and then put it on the car. As I said earlier, I couldn't remember whether I'd shown you the picture of what was left of the sills, which isn't very much, just a little bit at the front and the back. And since then I've obviously cut off all this panel here and cut into this panel here to separate it to fit the A panel and the door strengthener back in. This piece here was so thin and fragile that I just cut it off out of the way, because either I'll put a repair panel in here for the scuttle, or I'll put a complete scuttle in there. Either way, I don't need that piece, so we'll go from there. I've welded these two panels together. As you can see, it's all been drilled, ground back, primed and everything. So all I have to do now is grind back the welds and then prime it again, and then we'll offer it up the car and see what it's like. Okay, somebody's just pulling up outside, so I'll see you in a bit.
Just updated it, you know, but they said it's supposed to be